The girl was going through a separation. Now, if you know anything about divorce, then you know separation means not technically divorced, right? So, I was committing a sin. What sin was I committing? Somebody tell me. Man, y'all lay off a little bit. You ain't got to yell. I was committing adultery. You're right. Now, let me give you a little background up to where I was in my life when this happened. I was going to school at Gardner Webb University. I was a youth minister at Living Hope Christian Fellowship, where I go to church now. I had a great job at Neal & Cole. If you're from this area, then you know where I'm talking about. Awesome job. I was living the good life. I had money. I was living on my own. I was fine. And every answer in the world, in every question of the world, I was good. But I was not good in God's eyes. And that's the problem. But I didn't see that because I was prideful. And I stayed in the path of the world. Okay? So there's the key sin right there. The adultery that I was committing. I was in a relationship with a married woman. Now, she was separated, but that doesn't justify anything. It was still a sin. And I was still putting on the face of church and coming and leading youth. And I got some of them that are here tonight that were in my youth group at that time. Leading them. And I was committing sin. I was wearing the mask of church. I don't know how many of us come in here at Sunday or Wednesday nights in youth group, adult Bible study, and you got some major issues going on as far as sin. But you dress it up really, really nice. And you put the face of church on. And all of a sudden, everything's okay. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. So let's continue reading the story. Remember, distance from God leads to a prodigal lifestyle. We'll continue reading. We're on verse 14 if you lost your place. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in the whole country. And he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to be a citizen of the country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. Second point. A prodigal lifestyle leads you searching for something to satisfy the hunger and the voids that you're missing because you're not in the life of Christ. You're going to be left searching for something in your life when you're living in the ways of the world. You're going to be searching. So, continue with my story now. So, this relationship evolved to a more intimate relationship. And for adults, you probably know what that means. And I'm going to be nice and say we were just sexually immoral. And I'm sure we all understand what that means. So now, not only am I committing adultery, but now I'm sexually immoral with this girl, which is another sin on top of that. And at this point still, I am in front of the church, in front of the youth, and still doing my thing. And still doing my thing and putting on that face of church. So, it comes to the point where the church finds out, obviously, God's not going to let you run too long in your sin because He loves you. Remember that. He loves you, so He cares for you, so He chases after you. God's not going to let you run too far in your sin. So the church confronts me. And they bring me in and they set me down in front of the staff and the church council. And they say plainly, there's a guy in our church council named Jeff. Some of you may know him. But he's really blunt and he really gets to the point, and he don't, there's no ends or buts about it. It's boom. He asked you, and he asked me the question. And he said, are you in a relationship with a married woman? And at first, I said, no, she's not married, she's separated. I was justifying my sin. Get off my back. Chill. And I sat there with my arms crossed, and they told me it was wrong. They told me, listen to this. Listen to the love that these people had for me. They told me that I was in sin. So therefore, they gave me a month. Okay, I got 1 month knowing what I was doing. I was committing adultery. I was sleeping with this girl. And they gave me a month still to get my life right. And say, Justin, we want you. We love you. We care for you. Just come back. You know you're wrong. So I walked out of that meeting, and I'm just going to ask you, you probably know the answer. You think I went out of that meeting a changed man and said, you're right, I need to change. Somebody say, man, y'all were okay. Jeez. You're right, no. I wasn't. As a matter of fact, the relationship and the sin just got worse. And the problem just became worse. And I continued to put on the show. And I continued to try to dress it up. And I continued to kind of lie about it. So now, my parents know, the church knows. So now I got to play secret. And I got to try to play this hiding game. So now, here we go. I'm committing adultery. I'm sleeping with this lady. And now, I'm lying about it. Bluntly lying. I'm committing 3 sins just right there. Not on top of just the lifestyle that I was living at the time, which it wasn't very good, mind you. So, it came to a point, just like in the story of the prodigal, that a severe famine came. And the road of destruction became reality for me. The severe famine in the story becomes reality for the young son. The severe famine in my life hit me like a ton of bricks. Like I said, they gave me a month. And me and my family went on vacation round about the time that the month was about to end. And we went on vacation. We went to Orlando.